if I could pick just one concept that is so fundamental for us all to understand, I would have to say redemption. Redemption is one of the most beautiful and important things that we must learn to embody if we're to grow as people and mature into the kind of people we're supposed to be. It's so important. And again, I look at culture and I try to identify what's going on, because again, always remember, culture reflects what is going on. It's a mirror. And what I've noticed in a lot of media, like in a lot of music, books, movies especially, the very concept of redemption has gone bye-bye. That's a little concerning. That is not okay with me. Because listen, we all know we're not perfect, right? We all know that. I'm not perfect, you're not perfect. Nobody is. That's fine. But I personally, I believe in the Bible, which tells of a gospel, which tells of Jesus dying for our sins so that we can be redeemed and become better. That's my persuasion. Even if you don't share that belief, you have to have some belief. This is a very deep thing. But even if you don't believe in that, regardless of what you believe, surely you believe that as imperfect and as many mistakes as we can make, we can ultimately become better. Correct? I mean, a person who gets really angry at the drop of a hat and, punches another person, I'm just using it as an example. I mean, surely you must believe that's not just as good as it gets. Surely you must believe, no matter what your beliefs may be, that a person can rise beyond that and become better. If you've stolen something before, surely you believe that you don't have to just keep stealing and that's just all there's ever is for you. That you can rise above and beyond that, right? We've all heard the stories of prisoners who committed terrible crimes that came out better people for whatever reason, right? Redemption, so important. Well, in a lot of our culture, I'm not seeing that anymore. Like, a lot of stories for a lot of time have reflected this concept. And probably I would have to say the most well-known and probably deep portrayal I've ever heard of was with Victor Hugo's novel in the 19th century, Les Miserables. Jean Valjean, right? You remember him. He was a terrible crook. He stole, he lied, cheated. And yet, because a priest showed him mercy and forgiveness and showed him kindness, he became far better. He became a big businessman, took in an orphan girl, funded his community, and became a genuinely great man. He rose beyond that. Or the famous character of Sidney Carton in A Tale of Two Cities, right? He wasn't much, right? It wasn't a whole lot going for him. He wasn't a very great person either, but he rose beyond that. These themes of redemption are so important because they're universal. They apply to all of us. That's been stricken. It's not there anymore. They're literally scrubbing it from the media. What we're seeing with a lot of films, TV shows, is these really terrible people, these really terrible characters that we've drawn up. Such as, let's just throw out a few examples. On the major streaming service like Netflix, they've created a documentary series about Jeffrey Dahmer. Utterly irredeemable character. Not just him, Morbius. I don't know if it's still on, it used to be Venom. The movie Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. Think about that. All characters utterly irredeemable, who don't even attempt to rise beyond their evil. Do you understand what I'm saying? There is no struggle of light and dark. There is no sort of bad person who tries to become a good person. There is no redemption. And you may say, well, it's just trying to be different. It's not. It's not. There's a reason it was put in this way. There's a reason these stories, and not just those, a movie like Maleficent that Disney ran with for a little while, there was a reason they made and told these stories in the way that they did. Okay? No light. No trying to reach the light, right? No trying to become better than you were. Simply staying where you were and actually getting worse. And that is glorified right on our TV screens. There's more in that than you could ever imagine. And I just personally just cannot stand that sort of thing. And I really wanted to point that out and ask, are you noticing this as well? Because if you're not, I really hope I kind of helped you see that just a little bit. But again, this is so fundamental for not just for culture, for society, for us becoming better people, for us living together without having to constantly wonder, am I going to die? because somebody's just going to randomly kill me? Because we believe in this concept, right? It is huge, and I'm just not believing that this is going on and nobody else is talking about it. So that's why I wanted to talk about that. Redemption's so important, and I personally believe you can find your redemption in the person and work of Jesus Christ. So I also want to point that out. But anyway, thank you for watching, but never give up. Okay, don't ever give up on redemption, ever.